Here there's a bit of vocabulary review first. So in number 1, reggere is to rule. A liber is a book. Aurum is gold. Hence, Au on the periodic table is the element gold. Then movere is to move. Ad means to or towards and takes accusative. Romanus means Roman. An insula is an island. Vinum is wine. Altus means high, or if it's water or something like that, it can mean deep. Numquam means never. Do dare is to give. Periculum is danger. Sed means but. Quid means what. An incola is an inhabitant. Per territus means terrified or frightened. Seper or saeper means often. A mons montes is a mountain. Aqua is water. Poeta is a poet. Ventus is the wind. Dormire is to sleep. Femina is a woman. A juvenis is a young man. And tamen means however, not to be confused with tandem, with a D in it, T-A-N-D-E-M, which means at last or finally. Then we have a bit of review of the future tense. Now remember, for the first 2 conjugations, you use the bo, bis, bit endings, but for the other 3, you use the am, ace, et endings. So that's what we need here. We need audiam, and in fact, audi will be the stem for all of these. So, and now I need the accent because we have a long E here. Audiam, audies, audiet, audiamus, audietis, audient. And in English, this is quite simply I will hear. Right, I will hear, and then similarly, you singular will hear, he or she or it will hear, we will hear, and then you plural will hear, and they will hear. Okay, and then some recap questions. What are the meanings of nemo and nihil? Okay, nemo means no one, and nihil means nothing. The word nonne introduces a question expecting the answer yes. That's why you can translate it as surely. Then the word num introduces a question expecting the answer no, which is why you can translate it surely not. Surely something will not happen. When the word et appears twice in a phrase, the first et should be translated as both. So et and then et means both and then and. Okay, so the future tense for, okay, first and second conjugation, okay, you have bo. I need, again, the long O. Here it is. Bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt. And then for the third, fourth, and mixed conjugations, we have am, and then ace, and then et, and then amus, and then atis, and then ent. Then, okay, now here we have this translation. So I'll just go through it sentence by sentence, and then and I might comment a little bit on parts as we go. So the first bit here is Caesar. And then we can do this subordinate clause here. This is a causal clause, because something. So quod means because, now the main verb is cupiebat, and it's third person singular, and there's no third person singular nominative noun here. So the subject has to be Caesar, because he wanted, or literally was wanting, imperfect tense, superare barbaros, to overcome the barbaros, the barbarians, the foreigners. There it is. And that's accusative because it's the object of superare. What did he do? And then the main verb is duxit. So he led Quinque, the object is quinque legiones, accusative case. That means 5 legions. Trans mare, across the sea, in Britannia, that means into Britain. Remember, in plus accusative means into. Okay, then the next sentence, milites, the soldiers, ubi advenerunt, when they arrived, they ancoras iecerunt, and that phrase is given to you. Ancoras iecerunt means I cast anchor. So cast anchor, which means they lowered the anchors of their ships, and they desiluerunt, which is again given to you. They jumped down, in mare, into the sea, in plus accusative. Okay, and then ad flumen, that means towards the river, but the subject is Romani, and the verb is fecerunt, so third person plural, because Romani is plural. So the Romans made an iter, that means a journey, ad flumen, towards a river, and they conspexerunt, and caught sight of, and the object is hostes, the enemy, cum equitibus et essedis. That means with equitibus are cavalry, and an essedum is a war chariot. So with cavalry and war chariots. Okay, now grammatically, hostes could be nominative plural, so it could be the subject of conspexerunt, but then you wouldn't have an object for conspexerunt. So it's better to assume that the Romans are still the subject of conspexerunt, and then hostes can be the object. Okay, then the next sentence is this. Diu pugnatum est. Now pugnatum est is given to you as the battle raged, and diu means for a long time. So the battle raged for a long time. Sed tandem, but at last. And now the subject is milites, the soldiers. And then legionis septimae is genitive case, of the 7th legion. Fecerunt testudinem. Now testudinem is given to you. It's a tortoise formation. Okay, if you're not sure what that is, you can look it up on Google Images. They made a tortoise formation. And what else did they do? The main verb is ad iecerunt. And again, this phrase is given to you. Adgerem adicia. It means I throw up a rampart. So they threw up a rampart ad munitiones, towards the, again, you can check munitiones, fortifications. Hostium, that's genitive plural, of the enemy. Remember, hostes is a word which appears in the plural, but you translate as singular, the enemy. Threw up a rampart means you basically throw up, you basically construct a kind of bridge almost, which allows you to climb onto the walls of the enemy's fort. That's the idea. Then next sentence here is tum locum ceperunt. Okay, tum means then. Ceperunt means they captured or seized, and the object is locum, which is the place. And they expulerunt. This is the perfect tense from expellere, to expel or drive out. So they drove, and then the object is hostes, the enemy, out of the silvis, and silva is given to you. It means a wood or forest. So out of the woods. Here, silvis is ablative plural following a, right? A or X plus ablative means out of. Okay, next sentence. Postridie, that's given to you. So postridie, here it is, on the next day. So on the next day, a tempestas magna. Now, tempestas is a storm, and quota est means arose. So a great storm arose, and what else did it do? It destroyed, de levit. It destroyed, and the object is multas naves, that means many ships. And you can tell that that's the object because multas is accusative plural, many ships of the Romans, Romanorum genitive plural. Then Caesar, and the main verb is duxit, led, and the object is milites, his soldiers. Ad litus, a litus is a shore, so he led his soldiers to the shore, and he refecit, that means repaired, the naves, the ships, or you could say his ships. Then next sentence, tum iterum. Okay, tum means again. And then redux, it means he led back. Okay, so he led his copias, his forces or troops, and you can tell that that's the object because copias, like puellas, is an accusative plural ending. He led his forces again, iterum, to the castra, and castra is given to you. Here it is, it means camp, the camp of the enemy. So again, hostium genitive plural. Okay, and hic means here. Here. Barbaros invenit. Now, invenit means he found. Perfect tense of invenire, to find. And the object is barbaros, which means the barbarians. And you can tell that they are the object because they have an accusative plural ending. Barbaros, like dominos. So he found the barbarians cum duce, with their leader. Nominet Cassivellaunus, called Cassivellaunus. Here it's Cassivellauno because it's ablative, but the nominative would be Cassivellaunus. Then hic dux, this leader. Hic, you can see in the vocabulary, means this man or he. Or in fact, sorry, yes, so you could say, let's say he. Now, if you're wondering why is it that hic means here in that sentence, but he in this sentence, the answer is hic with a long I, right, and you can see the accent above the I. Hic with a long I means here, hic with a short I means this or this man or he. So he erat, he was, a dux clarus, a famous leader, and he expectabat, was waiting for, in perfect tense, the Romanos, the Romans, right? They are the object because they have an accusative, or we know they are the object because they have an accusative plural ending Romanos, like dominos. Proper flumen Tamesim. Tamesim is given to you. It is the river Thames, which flows through London. So was waiting for the Romans near the river Thames. So proper flumen Tamesim. Okay. Then, next sentence. Caesar. Conspexit is the main verb, caught sight of the copias hostium, the forces or troops of the enemy. Hostium, again, genitive plural. Copias has an accusative plural ending like puellas, so it is the object. Caught sight of or noticed the forces of the enemy in ripa fluminis. Okay, a ripa is a riverbank. So in ripa means on the riverbank. And fluminis is genitive singular of flumen, so it means of the river. And what else did he do? He jussit, that's the perfect tense third person singular from ubere, to order. So he, and ordered, let's say, milites suos, he ordered his soldiers, oppugnare, to attack. Then, here we are, in flumen ruerunt. Now, ruere is to rush, and this is the third person plural perfect tense. So they rushed, in flumen, in plus accusative, so it means into the river. Now, ubi here could mean when or where, but I think in the context, where is better. Where. And then the main verb is invenerunt, third person plural perfect tense from invenire, to find. So where they found, and the object is multas sudes acutas. Now, sudes are stakes, and acutos means sharp. So many sharp stakes. This is steak in the sense of piece of wood rather than steak in the sense of a piece of beef that you eat. They found many sharp stakes. Now here you have the word et repeated. So you translate the first et as both and the second et as and. So both on the riverbank and under the water. And then the next sentence here, tandem at last. And then the subject is the Romans, Romani. The main verb is superaver und overcame. And the object is hostes, the enemy. Et mox, that means and soon. The next subject is cassivellaunus, nominative case. And the Romans can't be the subject anymore because the next verb is third person singular. What did he do? He petivit pacem. That means he sought, perfect tense from the verb to seek, peace. Okay, he sought peace. And then we're in the last sentence, tum, Caesar, then Caesar. The main verb is revenit, came back, in Galliam, into Gaul, cum copes, with his forces, and with multis obsidibus. And you can see that obses is a hostage. And this is the ablative plural following cum. So with his forces and many hostages. And that is the end of the passage. Let's also just quickly have a look at the vocabulary at the end here. A mulier is a woman or a wife. A turba is a crowd. Bibere is to drink. Expectare is to wait for or expect. A comes is a companion. A muros is a wall. Clamare is to shout. Statim means at once or immediately. Oppugnare is to attack. A coniunx is a spouse or husband or wife. Subito means suddenly. Consumere is to eat or drink or consume. Ne just makes the sentence a question. Tenere is to hold. Ibi means there. Itaque means and so or therefore. Ne we've had just makes it a question. Navigare to sail. Aquella is a girl. Habere to have. Correre to run. Stare to stand. Correre we just had to run. Sum I am. And quintus means fifth.